All right, good morning, everybody. I'm just going to do a quick stream on how to, get a Red Hat Ansible automation platform deployed in your home lab. And the reason I'm doing this, and I just recently found out that you can actually get a free version of Ansible Automation Platform, and it's pretty simple to get this set up. So I thought I'd do a quick video on how to make this happen. And the first thing we have to do is you have to register to developers.redhat.com. Pretty straightforward. I think they give you about 16 Red Hat licenses and a license for Ansible Automation Platform. So click on the login button. So let's log in. And I'm just going to log in with my email account here. But you can register pretty quick and simple when you click on register for Red Hat account. Fill in some information in here. And this will give you access to their developer portal. Especially from a security network engineer, this is great for me to set this up because I want to mimic what my customers are, what I'm contracting at, and everybody's running Ansible Tower or Ansible Automation Platform. So I'm like, oh, let's have this built into my own lab, and I thought it'd be kind of neat to have it so I can test out my own things. So I'm just going to log into my account in here. So once you register, continue. You'll get, let's, I think I clicked on register instead. Log in. So you'll get access to this developer portal where you can actually get access to different sandboxes, try different accounts, deploy whatever you want itself. So let's go to just Ansible. That didn't work. So the first thing I'm going to do is install Red Hat. So you can download Red Hat from here. So if you go, where's that link here? And I'll paste all the links here. It's just quicker for me to do this. You can download Red Hat at no cost, and you get up to 16 developer license itself, which is great. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build inside of my ESX cluster. You can build this on any type of VMware workstation or really whatever you want. So we're going to create a new VM. We're going to click on next. Let's give this Ansible, Red Hat. We're going to select Linux. We're going to select the Red Hat Enterprise 9 license. We're going to click on next. I'm just going to give this 4 gigs of RAM, 2 CPUs, and let's say 50 gigs of the hard drive. I think the minimum requirements are 2 CPUs, 4 gigs of RAM, and 50 gigs too. So then I'm going to select my image. I'm going to click on next and finish. So let's start this machine up. And I already built one, so it's a bit quicker from a time perspective. I have one right here that I just built, just because I don't want to make this stream too long. So I'm just going to open this up in here. And when we build the machine itself, let me actually get into a terminal to be a lot better. So let's open up my terminal, and I'm going to SSH to .123. So in here, I got Red Hat installed. And the first thing I have to do is register my instance. That's super important, and especially if you've joined the developers.redhat, then you get access to, like I mentioned, 16, I think it's up to 16 Red Hat licenses on this platform itself, which is great. Especially for a developer environment. All right, so let's register this device. So we're going to do sudo subscription manager, and we'll do register. We're going to log in. Oops. There we go. I'm putting my password to my machine. Then I'm going to log in with my username. And I'm just going to get my password. Hopefully it doesn't paste it, but it should be good. So now it gets all the information, registers the operating system. We got the registry ID name, which is perfect. So now that this machine is registered, what I'm going to do is just do a couple simple things. I'm just going to change the host name. Just call this Ansible.local. And I'm just going to update the host file with just Ansible.local. So the next thing I need to do is I have to download Ansible Tower. So if you go back into really into the environment in here, and we'll click on Red Hat Ansible. So you can download Ansible really at no cost. So we click on download. Perfect. Then we have to upload it to our device itself. So let's do that. Let's just SCP it into our device. So CD downloads. I'm just going to SCP the latest bundle to my machine. So once we do this, then we're going to unzip it or tar the actual file, and then we're going to edit the inventory file and make some specific changes, and then we're going to install it with a specific options itself to run on a 4 gig VM, because I found that it's taking a long time to download here. I found that it takes some time to actually actually I got errors when I set that it's a 4 gig VM. So I had to just make a little bit of changes to the code, which is nothing too crazy, to make it work. So almost there, another minute. Really, I'm setting this up for myself so I could just learn more using the Ansible Automation Platform, or AAP, however you want to call it, because I get a lot of requests that, yeah, it's great we're building these Ansible playbooks, but in the enterprise space we have Ansible Tower or Ansible Automation Platform that we're upgrading to. We want to be able to schedule these templates, these jobs, create roles, and have that user or that GUI experience for our network and security engineers. All right, perfect. So now that the file is downloaded, let's jump into our terminal. And let's do tar xvf ansible. Oops. I had this issue recently that my keyboard stops working. There we go. All right, let's try this again. So now we're going to unzip the file. Oops. Did I misspell something here? Nope. Just a little laggy for some reason. Oh. I've had this recent issue with my Mac that my keyboard stops working sometimes. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. So now that we've done that, what we're going to do is just let's get into that folder. So CD into that folder. And we have some files in here: bundle, collections folder, groups, and inventory. And what we're going to do is actually play with this inventory file. But the one thing I forgot to do, because I did just change the host name, I'm just going to reboot so that kind of gets into effect in here. So while this is rebooting, so inside the inventory file, we're going to do it pretty quick, pretty simple. We're not going to play too many settings. because we just wanted this built for my own lab. So I don't need kind of any enhanced deployments per se, to be honest. So all we're going to do is set up the automation controller. We're going to set up the credentials, and we're going to set up the registration inside of the inventory file. So when Ansible gets built and deployed, it's automatically configured for you with the credentials that you want. All right, let's see if it's back online. Perfect. So now that this is online, we're going to jump into that directory. We're going to just VI the inventory file, and we're going to make a couple changes in here for this deployment. So the first thing we're going to do under automation controller, I'm going to press I. We're going to put in the host name that we've configured and specify that this is going to be our Ansible kind of controller. So Ansible.local, and then Ansible connection equals local. Next thing I'm going to do is going to scroll down. We're going to give ourselves an admin password, so just for this lab. Let's give my default password I usually set up. We'll give the database password. And if we scroll down in here, there's so many other settings you can do. What we're going to do is actually also register. So when this device boots, it automatically registers to developer.redhat.com for us to have that instance. So inputting the password, I'm going to do that later. So now what we want to do is we do sudo setup in here. And because if I really just run this right now, though I do have 4 gigs of RAM, I've noticed that I do get errors. And you'll see that in a second. But what we're going to do is we're going to get an error here saying that we don't have enough adequate RAM, which is fine. What we're going to do is just put a variable. So as you see here, insufficient RAM, though we do have 4 gigs of RAM. I'm not sure why this happens with VMware, but that's okay. So we're going to do the same thing, sudo-setup. An extra variable here, required RAM, and I'm just going to put 2048. I don't need a lot in this device, so why not? And now it's going to process. It takes about 5 to 6 minutes for this to get deployed. And when it is deployed, you can then hit the IP address of this device itself. So if we go back in here, just from a time perspective, I set up another environment. So this will take, if I go back to the screen, like I said, probably 7 minutes to install. But when you do get installed, you'll hit your URL or the IP address that you have set up. I have a DNS here, where you'll be able to log into the Ansible Automation Platform, put in that username and password that you've set up, and now you'll get access to the latest Ansible tower, how it looks like. In here, you can go ahead and also register and subscribe. So you can go to the subscription page. I've already subscribed to this, so you'll have all the information available for you here. And I believe that the if you go to, I think it's access.redhat.com, you'll be able to kind of see all your subscriptions. So if I go to my Red Hat portal and I go to my subscriptions, and once you've activated, so I have 3 virtual boxes. Like I think we get up to 16 Red Hat developer subscriptions, which is great. And you do get an Ansible developer for Ansible Tower. So when you first do it, you have 60 days and gives you like 100 managed nodes. But later on, I think that goes down to 1 managed node that allows you to kind of really get started. And really the concept or the key in here is to have an environment where I can now learn on the Ansible Automation Platform and use this tool, use this product in my home lab to be able to orchestrate my other lab environments in here and learn and build as I go towards kind of my journey to automate network or security infrastructures itself. So this was just a quick kind of stream. I just wanted to show you how you can get the access. It's pretty simple. Go to developers.redhat.com, subscribe, get access to Red Hat Enterprise Linux, download that, get access to Ansible Tower or Ansible Automation Platform, download that, install it, and make sure you use that required _RAM specifications to get it running. So thanks for joining. I'm just going to edit this, probably make it a little bit quicker, and repost this video again. Awesome. Thank you very much.